Hello, good morning. My name is Kailas Bhosle. In this session, we'll study about the speed regulations. So, for this unit, we have referred the book N.K. Mehta, Machine Tool Design and the Numerical Control. So, in this session, we'll cover the topic on speed regulations. So, there can be speed regulation like step regulations or the stepless regulations. In the case of step regulation, we are having the discrete speed range like 0, 5, 10, 15, 20 like this one. In the case of stepless regulation, there will be continuous speed steps like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 10. So that is the two regulations. So in the case of discrete speed steps, we'll have the speed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to Z. So like this, so there can be different speed steps. Whereas in the case of the continuous speed steps, the speeds can be varies continuously. So in the case of discrete speed steps, there are certain progressions are there by which we can find out the different spindle speeds. Suppose that we are having the minimum speed and the maximum speed. In that one, the different speed steps can be find out with the certain progressions. So there are certain laws are there to select the discrete speed steps. So these progressions are used to find out the different speed steps and find the relation of the two successive speed steps. So these are the three different progression. One is the arithmetic progression, second is the geometric progression, and third is the harmonic progression. So depending upon their different laws, these three progressions are used. In the case of arithmetic progression, the Z is the total spindle speed steps on the spindle like n1 n2 up to nz. Then the law states that the difference between the two successive spindle speed is constant. In the case of arithmetic progression, the law states that the difference between two successive spindle speed is constant, like n2 minus n1 is equal to n3 minus n1. So the difference between two successive spindle speed will be constant. uh, and we have the formula, that is the ratio of the two successive spindle speed will be 2 to 5, that is the speed ratio. So 5 will be equal to n2 upon n1 will be equal to n3 by n2. So this is the arithmetic progression. Suppose that we are having the maximum spindle speed is in max and minimum is minimum spindle speed. So from that, after getting the value of minimum spindle speed, we can find out the different speed steps between the two values, maximum and minimum. Suppose that there are z spindle steps are there, so that can be find out. N2 will be equal to n1 plus 80. 80, the 80 will be equal to nz minus n1 upon z minus 1, where z is the total spindle speed steps. So arithmetic progression will be equal to n max minus n minimum upon z minus 1. Again, dk is the diameters to be machined at a specific cutting speed. It can be upper limit of the diameter. So and d will be equal to 1000 into v upon pi into n, and delta dk the diameter ranges like d2 minus d1, d3 minus d2. So we can find out the arithmetic progression ratio by for this for numerical, that is we are having the maximum spindle speed is 445 rpm, minimum spindle speed is 35 rpm. We are having the total number of speed steps are 12, and the cutting speed is 20 meter per minute. So we can find out the difference spindle speed between the minimum value and the maximum value. So this n2 will be equal to 35 plus 80. We have to find out the arithmetic progression by using the formula. So this formula we have to use n max minus n minimum upon z minus 1. N max is 445 minus 35 upon z is 12 minus 1. So by this we can find out the n2 and all these values. At this point, we have to find out the phi, that is the ratio of the two successive spindle speed, that is 72.27 upon 35. It is coming as 2.07. So for this 30 n1 speed, we can find how much diameter we can turn. That is 181.89 is the diameter we can turn at the speed of 20. And then this is the range between the two different diameter, that is 181 minus minus 88, it will be coming as 93.8 millimeter. This is the range of the diameter to be machined at a different spindle speeds. So from this table we can find out, like suppose that at these are the very low spindle speed like 35, 72, 10.9. At that point, suppose at the 35 rpm, the diameter we can machine is 181.9. Whereas at the higher spindle speed 445 rpm, we can machine the diameter is 14.3. Suppose that we start machining at a workpiece at the 181 millimeter. For a cutting speed of 20 meter per minute, the value of N1 is 35 rpm will be correspond to the cutting speed from that table. Before we change over to the next higher rpm N2, we must remove 98.3 millimeter of metal from the workpiece. So suppose that we change from the 35 to 72. In that case, we have to remove 98.3 metal. 98.3 millimeter of metal. Whereas in the case, on the other hand, in the changing over from the from a RPM value of N11 like 40.7 to the N12 at 445, we have to just reduce the workpiece diameter by 1.31. It indicates that, so it follows from the above analysis that in the higher RPM range, some values of the speed steps are redundant. So there is no need of the some values, whereas we have to add some more values at the lower RPM. So for due to that one, so here we have to add some more spindle speeds between this one, and whereas in this case from N9 to N10 we are just removing the 2 millimeter in the two different spindle speeds. Due to that, we are not using this arithmetic progression. And again, if you have the arrangement like this one for the this is the layout of the gearbox arrangement. In that case, we have to use the 6 different spindle speeds pairs. So for the arithmetic progression, and in this case the size of the gearbox will be more and the number of gears will be more. So 6 and 6, 12, 12 gears will be there, and then size will be more in the, if you use the arithmetic progression. There are some advantages of the arithmetic progression, harmonic progression, is that there are simple gear train arrangement, but the disadvantage is that number of gear pairs are more, it will increase the axial size of the gearbox.